All right, so you're welcome to our discussion on the relationship between parents and children at home, since most of our children at home. So this is basically a segment designed to have interaction with a parent in order to understand the makeup of children. So today the topic that we're going to treat has to do with the issue of the makeup of children and how to deal with it. This is very important because once children at home, especially where you have more than two kids at home, and you try to let them sit at one place, you will see this person going in a different direction. The other one is also on a different direction altogether, and you become more instructive in terms of how they should behave at home and all that. And these are all things that once you understand the makeup of children, you better place yourself in a way that you can deal with it and deal with it well, so that children will also have understanding of what is happening in the environment. But we should also understand that once we are dealing with the makeup of children, there are certain underlying factors that make children who they are. No child is born out of vacuum. There are so many things that underlines how they behave. So when they are behaving in a certain way, I think that as parents, you need to begin to question how you used to behave in the past and all that. So the first thing that I will talk about has to do with their genetic makeup, which they've inherited from the both parent. So children at a point would exhibit what their parent used to do in the past. Sometimes we may not necessarily experience that, but if you watch how your children behave, it should send a signal to you that they have acquired some of these things genetically from you. And these things are not necessarily something that is within the bloodline of the family, but it can also be acquired through the way and manner as a parent you behave when you were young, and the things that you did, or even how pregnancies were treated. All these things will constitute how children will behave and all that, because we all know that biologically children start communicating in the womb, so their behavior is shaped by some of the decisions that the mother made when they were young and all that. So all these things would also contribute. Then there is also another aspect that has to do with the issue of the social environment. The social environment basically determines most of the things that children do. So for instance, if you live in an environment where there's a lot of play, then probably children would also learn to behave in that manner. Again, there are issues of how the language that you use at home can also be acquired by children. So if you have a home where you use foul languages and all that, basically children would basically respond to it, not because they want to, but it is what they know that they have to do. So when you put up a perfect arrangement in the house, automatically children will pick it up. No, these are all ideal situations, and where you fail to do that, the environment itself will give to the children, in a sense that once they begin to, they start going to school, they have interaction with people, and the way they behave towards them, all that can shape their life and all. And then there's also another aspect that has to do with the cognitive development of children. Children are made up in such a way that they can pick things and then run with it, but it is determined by their level of understanding and how they were brought up, or how they were raised in terms of what you fed them with, developing their systems and all that. So clearly, all these things will come to bear in terms of how you relate with a child. So the behavior of children must clearly be understood in a manner that pertains to these things that I have mentioned. If you missed all that, then it means that you will not understand the behavior and how your child is exhibiting the manners that you don't want to see and all that. So these things are very, very critical and are very important. And I feel that begin to question yourself as parent, what did I do in the past? Or if you have a grandmother or a mother, begin and they are alive, go back to them and ask them. You have an environment where normally they say that it's a late class, and then also the lower class, and then the poor communities and all that. Behavior of children would differ, so you cannot just place all of them in the same box and deal with them the way you want to deal with them. So clearly, these are the things that for me we want to talk about today. And tomorrow I will come your way with the cognitive development of children and how do you have to appreciate the things that they do and how they go about it, because they differ irrespective of the womb that they come from. Even if they come from the same womb and they are twins, they would definitely exhibit a different characters and respond to things in a manner that meets their cognitive development processes and all that, their perceptions, their memory levels and all that. So tomorrow we'll spend some time to talk about it, but today we'd really want you to know that who a child is influenced by factors, and that a child cannot exist and acquire certain behavior in a vacuum. So that understanding must be established. And thank you very much for listening to me. And tomorrow, exactly 4 p.m., I will come your way with the issues on cognitive development and how children respond to issues. And if you have any questions that you want to ask, if interactions or contributions that you want to make, just feel free. Thank you very much.